Look up, right now. Somewhere above you, an aircraft is crossing the sky. Inside that aircraft, two pilots are sitting in the cockpit. They weren't born pilots. They weren't special. They didn't wake up one morning and suddenly know how to fly. They started exactly where you are now, with curiosity, with questions, with a dream. Today, millions of people dream about becoming pilots, but only a small percentage ever begin the journey, and even fewer reach the cockpit. Why? Because most people don't know where to start. So in today's briefing, we're going to answer one question. How do you actually become a pilot? Not the movie version, not the Instagram version, the real version. The path followed by airline captains around the world. Welcome aboard. Let's begin. Every pilot has a story. For some, it begins at an airport. For others, it begins in a flight simulator. Maybe it starts while looking through the window of a commercial airplane. Or perhaps it begins while watching aircraft disappear into the clouds. The details are different, but the feeling is always the same. A fascination with flight, a desire to leave the ground, a dream that refuses to disappear. Most people experience that feeling. Pilots decide to follow it. Many people believe pilots simply sit in the cockpit and move controls. The reality is very different. Pilots are decision makers, risk managers, problem solvers, communicators, leaders. Before every flight, pilots analyze weather conditions, review aircraft performance, calculate fuel requirements, plan alternate routes, study airport information, review emergency procedures. Flying is only part of the job. The responsibility begins long before takeoff and continues long after landing. Before committing thousands of dollars to aviation training, there is one thing every future pilot should do. Take a discovery flight. This is your first opportunity to sit in the left seat, to touch the controls, to experience flight from a pilot's perspective. For many people, this moment changes everything. The sound of the engine, the acceleration during takeoff, the sensation of leaving the ground, the view from above. No YouTube video can replace it. No book can explain it. You simply have to experience it. And once you do, there is often no turning back. This is where your training officially begins. The Private Pilot License, often called a PPL. This license allows you to fly aircraft for personal use. However, earning it is far more challenging than many people expect. You must learn aerodynamics, aircraft systems, meteorology, navigation, air law, flight planning, human factors, radio communication, and, of course, how to safely operate an aircraft. During training, you'll make mistakes. Everyone does. You'll struggle with landings. You'll forget radio calls. You'll become frustrated. You'll question yourself. And then, one day, something incredible happens. Your instructor steps out of the airplane, looks at you, and says, "You're ready." For the first time in your life, you take off alone. No instructor, no assistance, just you and the aircraft. It is one of the most unforgettable moments in aviation. Ask any pilot about their first solo flight. Most remember every detail: the weather, the runway, the sounds, the emotions. For the first time, you realize something important. The aircraft is flying because of your decisions, your training, your actions. The responsibility becomes real, and so does your confidence. This is often the moment when students stop feeling like passengers and start feeling like pilots. After earning your private pilot license, many people believe they're finished. The truth? They're just getting started. Experience matters a lot. Flying in different weather, different airports, different airspace, different situations. Every hour teaches lessons that cannot be learned in a classroom. Professional pilots often spend years building experience before reaching the next stage of their careers. Hours become knowledge. Knowledge becomes judgment. Judgment becomes safety. This is where aviation becomes a profession. The commercial pilot license, the CPL. The standards become higher. The expectations become greater. Precision matters. Discipline matters. Professionalism matters. You are no longer learning simply for enjoyment. You are preparing for responsibility. Passengers, companies, operations, careers. This is the stage where many pilots begin to see their future taking shape. There is one skill many future pilots underestimate: English. English is the international language of aviation. Every day, aircraft from dozens of countries share the same skies. Communication keeps aviation safe. That's why ICAO language standards exist. A professional pilot must be able to understand instructions, report problems, describe emergencies, communicate under pressure. Aviation English isn't about sounding perfect. It's about being understood. Sometimes, clear communication can be as important as flying skills themselves. For many pilots, the ultimate goal is the airline cockpit, the uniform, the responsibility, the opportunity to fly around the world. But airline pilots don't appear overnight. Every airline captain was once a student pilot. Every airline captain struggled with landings. Every airline captain made mistakes. Every airline captain started at zero. The difference is that they continued. One lesson, one flight, one challenge at a time. People often ask, what is the hardest part of becoming a pilot? The answer isn't navigation. It's not weather. It's not radio communication. The hardest part is persistence. Continuing when progress feels slow. Continuing when training becomes difficult. Continuing when mistakes happen. Because mistakes will happen. Challenges will happen. Setbacks will happen. Aviation rewards those who keep moving forward. If you're watching this video because you've dreamed about becoming a pilot, remember something. You don't need to know everything today. You don't need hundreds of flight hours. You don't need years of experience. You only need one thing: a first step. Every captain, every instructor, every airline pilot, every military aviator started exactly where you are now.
looking at the sky, wondering if they could do it, and then deciding to try. Because aviation isn't reserved for extraordinary people. It is built by ordinary people willing to do extraordinary things. Thank you for joining today's briefing. If aviation inspires you, if flying fascinates you, if one day you hope to sit in the cockpit yourself, you're in the right place. Subscribe for more aviation knowledge, pilot training, Aviation English, and real-world aviation scenarios.
I'm Captain James Walker, and remember, the sky has never been the limit. It's only the beginning. Fly safe.